What if I told you that if you pee often at night that you might have diabetes? Diabetes is a very serious condition, but can be prevented in due time to prevent fatal outcomes. We are going to reveal 10 weird signs that you are diabetic, so make sure to watch until the end. Diabetes often sneaks up on us with common symptoms we may easily overlook. Before diving into those peculiar signs you might never have associated with the condition, let's get grounded on what most of us already know. Many recognize the telltale signs. There's the never-ending trips to the bathroom, that insatiable thirst that no amount of water seems to quench, and there's the mysterious weight loss, where the scales tip in your favor without any changes to diet or exercise. But here's where it gets intriguing. Beyond these commonly known symptoms, there are some unusual signs that might be hinting at diabetes. Stick with us, because as we progress, these indicators might just surprise you. Now let's shift our focus to an area you might not have considered: the eyes. When we think about vision issues, many of us chalk it up to aging or perhaps the need for a new pair of glasses. But did you know your eyes could be subtly signaling diabetes? First up, blurred vision. It's easy to dismiss this as just one of those things that happens over time. However, it's not always about getting older or having an outdated eyewear prescription. In the context of diabetes, fluctuating fluid levels in the body can lead to changes in the eye's lenses, making things appear fuzzy or unclear. It's not just a minor inconvenience. It's a potential sign that your body's sugar management system might be out of whack. Next, there's night blindness, or the difficulty seeing in low-light conditions. While it's not exclusive to diabetes, it's worth noting that a deficiency in vitamin A can play a role in this visual challenge. And guess what? Diabetics often struggle with absorbing this crucial vitamin. So if you find yourself struggling more than usual to navigate your home in dim lighting or having trouble during those twilight drives, it might be more than just the setting sun causing the issue. Now, from the eyes, let's move to another indicator that often goes unnoticed: the skin. Your skin can be a revealing canvas of your internal health. And when it comes to diabetes, the signs can be subtle yet telling. Have you ever felt a persistent itching, especially around your lower legs? It's not just the dry weather or a new detergent acting up. Diabetes can cause poor circulation and lead to itchy skin, mainly around the shin area. It might feel like a mosquito bite that won't go away, but it's your body's way of waving a little red flag. Then there are those peculiar dark patches that you might brush off as skin discoloration from aging. This condition, known as acanthosis nigricans, is characterized by velvety patches, often seen in the folds and creases of the body, like the neck or underarms. These aren't just harmless blemishes, they could be your body's silent alarm regarding elevated sugar levels. Lastly, if you've started noticing an increase in skin tags, those tiny, benign skin growths, you're not alone. While they are generally harmless and can be a result of friction, a sudden proliferation might be pointing towards diabetes. Transitioning from the skin, there's another dimension of signals your body might be giving, and these involve our senses and sensations. Take hearing loss, for instance. If you found yourself cranking up the TV volume or asking folks to repeat themselves more often, it might not just be age or those concerts from your youth catching up. Diabetes can affect the small blood vessels in the ears, impacting your ability to hear. Then there's the sensation, or rather, the lack of it. If you've ever sat cross-legged for too long and felt that pins and needles sensation, you know what tingling feels like. But when this tingling or numbness in your hands and feet becomes a regular visitor, it's worth taking note. It's not merely about a foot falling asleep or sitting in one position for too long. Persistent tingling can indicate nerve damage related to high sugar levels. It's your body's way of sounding an alarm, urging you to pay attention. Building on these sensory shifts, our bodies can also manifest diabetes signs in how they react to certain things and even in the cravings we might experience. Let's dive into some of these subtler signs that, at first glance, might seem unrelated to diabetes. Starting with our diet. Ever found yourself constantly reaching out for sugary snacks? While it's easy to chalk it up to a sweet tooth, or perhaps a stressful day, there's more beneath the surface. When the body struggles to efficiently convert food into energy due to diabetes, it might crave quick fixes like sugary foods to compensate for that energy deficit. Another seemingly innocuous sign is the pace at which cuts and wounds heal. If wounds and injuries are taking notably longer than usual to heal, it might be time to raise an eyebrow. Elevated blood sugar levels can compromise the healing process, making the body slower to recover. Then there's a symptom that many might feel hesitant to discuss: repeated yeast infections. It might seem unrelated, but high sugar levels can transform the body into a conducive environment for yeast to thrive. So, frequent yeast infections are not just about personal hygiene, they could be pointing to higher sugar levels in your body. The overarching theme here is attentiveness. Many of these signs, when isolated, might seem trivial or easy to explain away. But when seen in conjunction with other indicators, or if they persist, it's worth taking them seriously. Your body has its unique way of signaling when something's amiss, and all it requires from us is a listening ear. Now, mitigating diabetes is extremely important, but also important is hindering cancer. Did you know that colon cancer is 100% preventable? Watch this video to learn more about how to stop colon cancer before it is too late.